Hi, Eduardo. How are you?
Good, good, good. Thank you. What about you? How are you?
I'm doing great. So I loved this movie because I'm a big fan of The Most Dangerous Game. So I was on board the minute I kind of heard about the premise, and then you kind of add all the elements, and you have Jake Johnson, you have like him and Anna Kendrick running around together. But I was obsessed with you as the ninja. I thought that was the funniest little PA character on the planet. I loved him so much. And what was the fun of getting to play like a character that is in theory just he's sneaking around, he's trying to be helpful, but it is also in the most terrifying way possible.
Well, that's dope. I'm glad it sort of popped for you on screen because uh when we shot it, we tried a couple ways, we did a few takes where it was a little more like, just playful and like full of life. Like, yeah, I'm a big fan of yours, you know what I mean? And then there was obviously the version that you see in the movie where it's a lot creepier, it's more just dead like dead on the tone of like the scene, like the room, like even the way it's lit and everything. I'm glad it they went with that version because I think the way it's all set up, if it would have been a little more playful, I think it would have kind of just it would have just fell flat. I think it
Mm-hmm.
pops more and it sticks more and it hits harder when it's creepy, and I think just it being creepy alone like that allows it to be funny, like in the most natural way, as opposed to really trying to force in any sort of funniness.
Yeah, and I really do love the I just love the minute all of the other yes, and like they always appear in like the creepiest way too. And I just
Hmm.
like that whole setup when you are like part of this larger story that is in its essence, you're already kind of on edge because as funny as this movie is, you're still kind of like, oh no, they're hunting him. I'm supposed to be afraid of every turn. When
Yeah.
you get to kind of be that element too, is how fun is that for you as an actor to be kind of the part where people are gonna like jump and be afraid of you this time versus like you seem always like such a cool chill dude. And so this role was so cool for you to watch.
Well, it was I don't know. I think like the way it all turns out at the end, because like on the day of shooting, obviously it's just like a quiet room and
Mm-hmm.
there's people around, and what's in your head and what you're like is what you're doing, and I don't think this makes any sense, but like the final product always like it always like surprises me because I'm like, oh wow, this is crazy. Like they add, obviously they got to, you got to score and you got to add the music and everything, so it really like it really sells it. I don't know, when you watch
Mm-hmm.
the stuff that in the movie that like uh, uh at least the stuff that like I'm in, for instance, like the way that was my experience on this set was like um everything was very relaxed, very laid back, and then you watch it and it's like super tense. It's crazy. And then like there's moments in the movie where like I don't know, Jake's like a funny dude. Like everything Jake does like is so lovable and like you as the audience, you're like, this is great, I want nothing bad to happen to this guy. And then when like shit hits the fan for him, you're like, yo, the stakes just like shoot through the roof and you freak out because you don't want nothing to happen to this dude. And it's kind of I don't know, you get a nice variety in this movie. I think it's like a mixture of both, like, just sweetness, and then there's and then it's terrifying, because like you said, there's something lurking around the corner, and that paranoia starts to hit. We all feel that paranoia, even though we don't have like a bounty on our heads. At least I hope
Yeah.
not. I hope you don't. You know what I mean? But like we do have like this little sense of like paranoia, when it's dark, you get up to, let's say you go to the bathroom or whatever, and you hear something, or you thought you saw something, and it's just a pile of clothes sitting on a chair. But like I feel like the movie really did a good job of doing that I feel like in like an original way.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
I too I love the dynamic that like you can tell that you and Jake have a dynamic now outside of this because I've seen the viral clip of him talking about you on TikTok and things like that on his podcast. But like, I also just think that
Is that
in this
viral? Is it?
I've seen it a bunch, and like I've had my
That's
someone
dope.
brought it up to me just like in like out and about, and I was like, yeah, it's for Self Reliance, a movie that I really liked.
Yeah,
But when you are working with someone like Jake that does have kind of like, I wouldn't want to go toe to toe with him in comedy because I feel like he's so quick, but you guys all
yeah.
do such a good job in this movie. What was that dynamic like on set when he is directing? Like, did you guys still get to have those improv moments and have fun with your characters that way?
Yeah, we did. That's the thing. Yeah, we did get to goof off a little bit, but then he would it was actually pretty awesome seeing someone a star in a movie which he also like wrote on, and then he's directing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool because he'd be like in the scene and he'd like do it, and then like he would like or like he'd just readjust and like give you like a little direction, like, oh, do that again, but like he's like right in front of you, as opposed to like off hearing it like off camera or like behind camera or something, like, or like coming from like a video village, like someone yelling from the other side of the monitor. It was cool, like having them in front of you, like giving you adjustments as you're as you're doing the scene. It was really interesting. And also uh like he would be like if we yell, if they cut or whatever, he would just like get up and go look at the monitor, go look at the shot or whatever, and like review it, and then he'd come back with like a note or whatever. So like
Mm-hmm.
that's what normally like you would experience, as someone after the yell cut coming to give you the note. But like it was dope, like goofing off and stuff, like with him in front of you, and then like also giving you notes at the same time. And uh like I said, at the end of the day, the final product, what you get is you got to get a cohesive movie. So the creepy version that we were going with, well, that we tried on the days and stuff, it really works, and I'm glad we did go with that stuff.
Yeah. And for last quick question, movie like this, like obviously it's gonna have its target audiences. Like it's gonna have the comedy nerds wanting to watch it. It
Mhm.
has people like me who like I've read that short. I'm a comedy nerd, and I read that short story when I was a kid, so it was like a
Yeah.
double plus for me. What do you hope audiences take away when they get to see Self Reliance?
Dude, I think I agree with you. Movies and stuff, and TV and entertainment and stuff, there are target audiences for every little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think what opens this movie up to like the general like public, to like the masses or whatever, are all the 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 heartfelt like themes and stuff of the movie. There's resentment in it. There's like whatchamacallit, there's like uh you know uh I Jesus, I'm forgetting the word, but it's like there's like, everyone feels like there's a void that they need to fill, and sometimes
Mm,
like
yeah.
we are not brave enough to go out there and try and fill it. You know what I mean? Like there's elements of that stuff in this movie. So I think that's what's going to open it up to a lot of people. And sorry, you're like, quick question. I'm rambling on, but
No,
I'm
it's
trying to
okay.
add on to what you're asking, because it's true. It's like what makes this movie not niche, not too niche or whatever for the masses, and it's that the realism, what's grounded in what's bonkers and out of this world is obviously you're on a dark web show and you're gonna get killed. Like that's the stuff that's
Yeah.
a little more like, what? You know what I mean? But the grounded stuff, meaning all the stuff that he experiences during his hiding or like, surviving, those things are very real, and that stuff can happen to all of us with or without a bounty on our heads. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love it so much. I can't wait for people to get to see the movie because I think people are going to be really excited to see you in this movie and to see what Jake Johnson did with it and everything. So thank you so much for talking
Hell
to
yeah.
me today. I really appreciate it.
That's dope. Hell yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. I hope the rest of the world does too.